So with all the talk of chemical spills and train derailments and all this crazy, thought it might be a good idea to do a little demo on a HazMat kit, like for your house or for your, for your family. If you live near a place where chemical spills are possible, like chemical plants or refineries or near a railway, might not be a bad idea to put a box like this together. Now, this is only for one person right now. You can build these as big as you want, obviously. This one's for one person. It's all in a tub, and it's even packed in a manner that you would want to pack it. When you open this thing up, the first thing that needs to be accessible is your mat, because you need to get that on before you do anything else. We've got chemicals in the air, be they biological issues or just chemical irritants or hazards.
The mask has to go on first.
So that needs to be in the very top of the box. The filters are in here. These are Israeli NBC filters, and they're still sealed. Once it's put on the mask, there's a clock running. It's only good for so long. You cannot leave a filter just installed on your mask and expect it to be good when you need it. So they're kept separate. Out of the kit comes our mask. There's 2 filters in here, and I have lots more. The next thing is a Z suit. So these are current issue with the military's even using. They've gone away from the charcoal woodland things. They're using these Z suits here. It has a hood in it, and it's just gusseted at the cuffs and the ankles. Ideally, obviously, we want protection from anything coming up our sleeves or into our pants. So that's where chemical gloves come in. These are chemical-proof gloves. And then we have rubber boots that are down here in the bottom of this thing. The last thing in the box is a roll of duct tape. So we get kitted up. We get our mask on first. We get our suit on, get our boots and gloves on. And then we need to tape all of these gussets, all of the pant leg and the sleeves, wherever they could meet our body. And ideally, around our mask, too, depending on how bad things are. Now, for something like the vinyl chloride fire, I don't know that I would go tape it up around my face. However, vinyl chloride burns, it does create phosgene. So just because there's a chemical on fire, we may know what that chemical is. We may not necessarily know what's being created during the combustion process of that stuff. So we need to be careful. This is just kind of a quick down and dirty. Obviously, we got the tub. Idea of what we need to do to be ready for chemical spill events, biological events even. And the hard part's always going to be knowing when, right? When do I put this on? That's going to be a hard one to say. If people are coughing and gagging and falling in the streets, that might be a good indication.
Something's up.
But having at least a mask in your car is something I would recommend. And having a kit like this, you could also even use this as a first responder. If you pull up somewhere where someone's injured and there looks like there's a leak, instead of everybody having to stand around and watch somebody die, you can be the guy that I can make the difference and kit up and go save someone's life. But this is the basic kit. We need to protect our respiration, our respiratory system. We need to protect our skin. It is the largest organ on our body and where we absorb the most chemicals and things through. So we've got to protect our skin and, of course, our feet. And don't underestimate the duct tape. This is actually Gorilla Tape. Now that Gorilla Tape makes duct tape, it's kind of the only duct tape I like to buy. I will do another video on how to decontaminate all this stuff. So once you've been into a hot zone and you're going to come out, what do we got to do now? Because we got all this shit on. And if we've had all this on and it's contaminated somehow, we can't just take it off with our bare hands. Decontamination requires a team and some equipment. And we'll go over all that in another video. But I just want to give you guys kind of a quick down and dirty, the basics of what you need for a chemical or hazardous response incident. Hit the like, subscribe, all the stuff on the YouTube there. The next video will be coming out on decontamination shortly.